What is good, everybody? It is December 8th, 2024, Sunday night, 5 p.m. That means it's time for film and box office news with the Council of Comics. We're doing Jumanji. Welcome to the jungle today. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Face too. I can never take that moment back. Oh, that's funny, you guys.
I mean, kinda.
Mosquito. That's what you get. You laugh at me, you die.
It's like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero.
What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Council of Comics, the world's greatest comic book channel with the world's greatest comic book shows for the world's greatest comic book people with the world's greatest comic book monthly giveaway. Thank you for joining us. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button so you can be entered automatically. Well, you got to win a hashtag, but that's a requirement. You have to be subscribed. As always, the Council, Phil, C. Bizzle, Green Shirt Guy, Cliff. How are you today on this lovely Sunday, December 8th?
I'm good.
Very well.
Yeah, very good.
I see somebody else thought the same thing I thought of in
What's
chat.
up? Oh, let me look at it. Oh, is it a private chat? That will not be used today. Sorry, Council.
That's a private chat. There's a good hashtag.
If Cliff wants to modify it.
He's talking
No.
about this.
This chat. This.
Oh, did you see the private chat?
I saw the private chat, the hashtag.
No.
Cliff is the Jack Black of the Council.
Let me see.
I'm not gonna even.
Oh man. Oh.
With that
my goodness.
hashtag.
Which one are you reacting to? That I should be like Jack Black or what I wrote in the private chat?
Both.
What you
I'm
wrote
reacting to private chat.
I'm sorry.
Well, Council, we're in our 1,000 subscriber giveaway. It's right up there in the corner, 1,000 subscriber giveaway. We usually give you one duck, but I'm going to give you 3 chances to win ducks this week. It's such a big giveaway. The first one, let me put it up, and then I'll put a banner, which I didn't create, so I got to create it on this.
I came up with a design for the thing we talked about.
Don't eat cake.
Yeah.
Don't
I like
eat cake. Let me create a banner for that real quick. Green Shirt Guy, what were you talking about that you just came in? You know, Green Shirt Guy always says
No, I just when you said the thing about the duck, it reminded me. Remember the thing we talked about off camera last week? I think it was last week about what we may do come New Year. I came up with a design and I will share it with you afterwards. Well, it's like
okay. There it is. It's down at the bottom. Don't eat cake is the hashtag. Put that into the comments section. Well, this is Film Box Office News. First thing I wanted to do, I want to talk to the audience real quick.
oh Jesus.
That's right.
Man.
That's right, Cliff. Jesus. The reason for the season. No. I was coming home from watching Wicked today, which is a phenomenal movie with Kamaria. And I was telling her, like, it doesn't feel like Christmas anymore. It doesn't feel like, I feel like every year it gets less and less and less. You know what I mean? I remember you used to drive down the street and like people had everything decorated with tinsel, silver, and bells and all that, but it just doesn't seem that way anymore. And I was very, very sad. And also sad because, you know, it's time to spend with the family. I'm not around the family a lot. My family's in other places, and I felt like, you know what? Well, if it's tough for people, I won't let it be tough for me. And I want to say, I hope everybody out there has a very, very happy holiday. All of us at the council love you. I want to encourage you to reach out to your family and your friends. And I want to encourage you at some point in the next 3 weeks. It doesn't have to be on Christmas because you can't be everywhere on Christmas. But maybe you can meet up with some friends that you haven't spoken to a while, family that you haven't spoken to a while, and just, have a talk, see how you're doing. And I want to encourage you guys out there to do that because I know life is rough and sometimes we just want to block it all out and we don't want to be bothered with anyone. But I promise you that's not the move because you're just going to dig yourself into a deeper hole. So I want to encourage you to, bring that holiday spirit out, call someone you haven't talked to in a while, and spread some love and spread some cheer. And we will do the same here at the Council of Comics. That is my small rant for the day. And
Good rant.
My neighborhood is like decked though.
Really?
Yeah, like you drive down my neighborhood, man. Like you go down like Sharon Driver, it is decked out. Like I feel almost like bad. There's nothing outside my house because every other house on the block has stuff.
That's why you just put a sign out front that says, small one with an arrow to one side. The side you like more, it says ditto.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Entry in complex. That's a good one. Go to a prison and speak to a random inmate.
No, not a random inmate.
Maybe not random.
No, not random. Find a program that will schedule you with someone who's just regular lonely, not someone who's going to start milking you for your details so they can get out and do terrible things. I'm not saying that that's likely to happen, but the fact that the possibility exists at all, it should be noted.
Thank you.
Right. With that hot girl.
Well, that's what we like Cliff here. He modifies it for you a little bit. Get you right path.
A frightening idea, and let's filter it to something better.
One of the good news on that as well is my neighborhood. What my mother-in-law told me that a lot more houses are decorating this year more than years past. We have a couple of next door neighbors that normally don't have decorations. Several people down the street added some stuff as well. So it looked more festive this year than it did last year.
All right. Maybe it's just me.
It must be just you, Sam. I gotta tell you, my neighborhood.
Maybe it's just me.
And one of the houses, like a street over, it's like a 2-minute drive. Not only do they decorate, they do music, and they have they set it up so it's the display is set to music. So you pull up, and they encourage you to park in front of their house because they're fine with it. You turn to a specific radio station, and the music lines up with the lights. It's dope.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that is dope.
Yeah. Black Spider says, the older I get, I see Xmas as a money grabber for corporations. Sorry, but Xmas just started less than 100 years ago. Yeah, I agree. I'm not necessarily talking about going out and buying gifts for everybody, but I'm just talking about the love behind it, the feeling.
I think the feel behind it, and I'll use myself as an example. With all the stuff that's been going on, from I want to say the last last 20 years, I've lost some key members of my family. Both my grandparents, both my parents are gone. My nephew, he passed away when he was 21. So I lost a lot of people, and so it's kind of hard to celebrate that holiday or have that feel of Christmas without those same loved ones that was with me in years past. So, I mean, I still say follow what you said, but that's the reason why, for somebody like me, that's why Christmas don't feel the same.
I hear you. And Joseph Michael adds on to that. He says, it's been a tough year all around. This month alone has taken people from us that we love and care about. We lost Jen. Just found out today from my sisters in Florida that our adopted brother passed away. Yeah, our condolences to Jen's family as well, and to your family as well. These things can happen, and just this time of the season makes it even tougher.
Yes.
But it's so much better when you have people around you.
Yeah. You gotta create. Once you lose those people, one thing I
even if it's a
learned after
random
losing.
prisoner.
Yeah, even though it was a random prisoner,
Yeah.
but not the booty warrior.
That hot girl from Dateline.
Our
You
condolences.
gotta create
in
new
Japan
memories.
Comics. Yeah.
Sorry to hear that, Kevin.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's create.
I'll share something with you on that's somewhere in the middle of the road of all of this. So in 2007, my father passed away. Then in 2008, my mom's oldest cousin passed away, and then in 2009, her only remaining cousin passed away. Right? They're all buried in the cemetery in right there as Newburgh becomes New Windsor. And my mom was really upset when she lost her last cousin, and she's got two cousins. She got two cousins' kids left, right? And they've got their own families or whatever. They live further away. But my mom just felt very, very alone. Like, I'm never gonna be able to pick up the phone and share the old stories. I'm never gonna be able to call my cousin and ask her for like classic Spanish words for things that I'm thinking about. But I have 9 nieces and nephews now, and I have 3 great nieces. I hope they're great nieces. I was trying to find a terminology today, but I have 3 great nieces. My mom has 9 grandchildren, 3 great grandchildren, and 3 children of her own. And so, we took all sorts of pictures at Thanksgiving, which was very nice that we were all together this year. Even though it's absolutely not the same, my mom once again feels very full at the holidays, Yeah. And so the moral of the story is we're never the thing we lost will always be something that's lost to us, right? But that there's so much we have to gain too. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say, that that's the beauty of life, right? It is destruction and creation all over again. So
yeah,
Indeed.
Create new memories. That's what I say. That's what I'm doing with my son right now. My son is 8, so I create new Christmas memories with him.
Yeah, and let's finish it off with Black Spider's life is no crystal staircase. When times are good, enjoy those moments. Tell people you love that you love them. Never know you'll get a second chance. Indeed.
Well, that's what's great about I find about the holiday season, especially Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, is the bang, bang, bang. But there's so many traditions in each family. Everybody does things different. But and what's nice is you get to share those with if you have children or whoever else is in your life. And then you also get to talk about why we do this.
Mm-hmm.
Why, every family does things different. Well, why do you guys do that? Oh, well, maybe we can start doing that too. It's just kind of cool.
Yeah.
Indeed. All right, let's start making some holiday memories here. First thing I want to talk about, get ready.
Uh-oh.
Creature Commandos has been released. Good.
That's right. I gotta watch it.
I gotta watch it.
I watched. Cliff doesn't have streaming. Am I the only one here that's watched this?
Yeah,
then.
Because I didn't get the Black Friday deal for HBO Max. I should have, but I didn't.
I did.
Come on, guys. You
I
didn't want
just didn't watch it yet.
You want to run out and get everything you needed for James Gunn's DCU first chapter?
No, that's what I got. That's what I got Legion of Comics for.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but all else fails, we got Mark.
Yeah,
I'll break it down for you real quick. It's very adult.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very adult. Let's say, have you ever watched Harley Quinn, the animated series?
I watched the first season of it, and I
more adult
enjoyed
than
that
that.
a lot.
It's that, but more serious, not on a comedic tone.
Oh, okay.
Though it has funny, its animation is funny, but it even goes a steps further. Like, this is not something I would watch with your kids.
Gotcha.
Thank you, because I put on the Harley one 2 years ago. Oh yeah, all right. I'm watching in like 30 seconds. I'm like, okay, let's watch.
There are some very graphic sex scenes.
Really?
Like graphic.
Hey, Grisha guy, let me borrow that passcode, my friend.
Right now, I want to see it.
But overall, I was very satisfied with
I
with
bet
what
you
it
were.
was. But there are a couple questions. And it seems that James Gunn will only be keeping what he did for DC as part of the canon, because, as you know, it's Rick Flag's father that is in here, and it's referenced that his son was killed in the Maltese incident with Starfish, and there's a couple other incidents that are referenced that make that canon, make his James Gunn Suicide Squad canon, and makes his Peacemaker canon. So it's not a total in there. Yeah, it's not a total reboot of the DCU. So take that how you want.
I mean, it almost got an 8 out of 10 on IMDb.
Well, that don't mean that.
Listen, for adults, it's good. For adults, it's good.
They got skinny Amanda Waller.
Yeah, and Viola Davis is back as the voice. But it's just it's Suicide Squad with monsters.
They're backing Cersei, by the way.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman's arch nemesis / her mother in Absolute Wonder Woman. So I'm a little bit pissed because you've taken one of Wonder Woman's greatest arch nemesis, who you never wrote a good movie about, and let's throw her against the Creature Commandos. That's going to be our introduction to all this. Fine.
Yeah, and Themyscira is mentioned. The island is mentioned. So that's in play already. Black Spider's right. He said James Gunn put himself in the cartoon. This dude looks just like James Gunn, Rick Flag's father, just more cut up. So so think Suicide Squad with monsters, and that's pretty much what it is. First 2 episodes, I'm like, all right, but definitely do not let your kids watch this with you. Unless you want to watch it with them, you can guide them through it. But they'll tell you there's a couple scenes that's just you're not going to be able to guide them through that. But yeah, all right, I'll stop on that since I'm the only one that's saying it. But next up,
you know what else ticks me off? She almost looks like anime Amanda Waller, like she's about to do that damn dance. That pisses me off
too. Next up, Skeleton Crew.
Hell yeah.
Skeleton Crew. First 2 episodes are up. And yeah, like Green Shirt Guy says, this was fun. This was really, really fun.
Can y'all hear me okay?
The base. Yeah. Oh, what happened? Were you gonna say something?
He was just. I thought he was gonna say something.
Did you watch? Did you watch Skeleton Crew, C-Bizzle?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I did watch it. I watched the first 2 episodes. The only negative thing I have to say is I totally dislike the father's acting in this. Whoever that actor is, I do not like it.
Yeah.
Why?
It's almost like he was a robot.
But I think he's supposed to be that way.
Oh, he's supposed to be a robot?
I think,
like an android?
I think he's supposed to be very stiff.
No, he's very stiff.
Yeah, but he's super stiff. Like, I mean, he was super stiff when the sun, when the ship took off, he was just like, no, oh no, don't go.
I think the point of it, but he doesn't act like that when he's talking to the droids in the next episode. I think the point is he's so set in being part of that system on that planet that
but you don't have no emotion.
Right. I think that's the point.
Right. Well, he's playing a father that, is more into his work. I don't think he doesn't care about his kid. You know what I mean? I just think he's like focused on his work because it looks like he's a single dad and he's just trying to, take care of everything. But
I still say it's bad acting.
This story is about there's this planet called Aten, and from what they're showing us, this planet is cut off.
It's lost.
It's cut off from everything else because it seems like they're living in the old republic before the Empire. Because they have old republic credits.
Do you think that's what it is?
Yeah, I think they don't even know that the Empire happened.
It's almost like this lost city of Shangri-La.
That's the way I'm taking it.
And if you, like Phil, you would know too. Like in the New Republic books, they say stuff like the great work, like putting toward the great work and the great thing like that. That's constantly said in this show. Like you find out who you're going to be so you can add on to the great work. And another thing was when the kids got shot out into space, they didn't even know what stars were. They're like, what are those?
It's almost like there's like a layer of cover on that planet.
Yeah. And they do know about the Jedi and the Sith because he has this little like iPad and he's going and he's looking, and it kind of looks like old myth tales. And when they talk about it, they talk about it on like old myth tales. And it's very cool. They act just like kids. Like the part when they go to the bus stop and Neil is standing at the bus stop and he's like, you shouldn't have come here. And they act out like they're both Jedi. I was like, oh, that's great.
I also love that the friends across the street are like, what are you doing?
Yeah. and it's very, I don't want to say earthy, but it's like a suburban like place, very futuristic, very Star Wars. Lot of droids. It makes you feel more like you can relate to it, and it's very Goonie-ish. The music is great. It brings you back to them Amblin film type days. A lot of homages to E.T.
It's almost like it's almost like they had the 80s transported into the future.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it has a lot of 80s vibes throughout the whole beginning part of it before the ship took off. A lot of 80 vibes to it, you know, and it's wild. Like you have a almost a predestination of what you're gonna do for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I say that his father is very stiff, but I think it's because he's
still bad acting on his part.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, it's fully the Goonies because it becomes very piratey in the second episode.
Well, I saw it as like a mix of the Goonies, Pirates of the Caribbean, some E.T. in there. Like it's like a very mix of a lot of the old school stuff that we used to love. This is more about pirates. The kids, you know, you see it in the trailers.
So far,
They go to, they get shot out into space. They have a robot that's called SM-33, and if you read it, like it's Smee, and he acts like Smee from the things that we remember. So I thought it was great. Now whether it goes downhill from here, I don't know, but I thought it was pretty great. Jude Law is only in about 5 minutes of both episodes,
which
but
for me
is going to show more.
For me, that's a plus.
But there's one part, the planet that they're from, the pirates consider it a lost treasure island, a lost treasure planet. Yeah, that doesn't exist. So
it's a myth.
It's a myth. The planet they're from. So I'm thinking, so some of the theories are that this planet is like a Sith planet on the low, and part of their great work is like the Palpatine cloning and the creation of like those starships that we see on Exegol and Rise of Skywalker, like this little closed off place. But that's just a theory, and that could be totally wrong.
I'll get that.
What Joseph Michael said, a lot of people saying, including heavy spoilers, that planet might be connected to the rise of the First Order. Yep, the kids are being conditioned for certain roles, which we see how that was in the sequel trilogy. Yes. So I loved it, and I can't wait for to watch more. Anybody else want to add anything before we go on to the next thing?
It was good. I enjoyed the first 2 episodes. So I just ride it through.
Do you think Jude Law is a Jedi?
No.
I don't think so.
I will point out that Creature Commandos has a higher IMDb rating than Skeleton Crew, which is
well,
Not shocking.
Skeleton Crew is doing really good on the Rotten Tomatoes and all the other stuff, though. They're getting
Yeah.
like 95% like and all that stuff. Star Wars is listen. A lot of people are, they're bruised from what Star Wars did to them. So getting into the show, I can understand why
And
people would be
this
hesitant.
is my first Star Wars television show I watched.
Oh,
Really?
I watched some of the
coming in for a
movies.
good one.
I watched some of the movies,
Okay.
but I never really watched the show. Any of the shows.
Okay. Sorry, I caught a little lag right there.
Yeah.
All right, so Skeleton Crew, really good for the most part. Did you want to say something, Phil?
no. What's the next one?
All right. Next up is going to spin for one of these ducks. Don't eat cake. I'm going to give you 15 seconds to put that into the comment section. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10 was my book. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw! Who's going to win the first duck of the night, ladies and gentlemen, and be entered into that 1,000 subscriber giveaway? Already got 3 slabs in that giveaway and tons of books. Las Cruces!
Yeah, dog.
Couldn't find my book, so I'm writing it on a box, Las Cruces.
On a
Writing it
box.
on a box. There you go.
Put it in the box.
Oh. All right. First one down. Next one. Hashtag, we were just talking about it. Skeleton Crew. Let me put it in the banner real quick. And then Phil, get us ready with that box office. You can do it anytime you're ready.
Okay. We got it. Skeleton Crew. Enter that
Yeah.
hashtag. They see it. And they see it. They see it. There it is.
All
Your
right.
box office for December 6th through December 8th, the weekend
Good
box
Lord.
office. Number 1, 2 weeks in a row. Moana 2.
Did a 62 drop though.
Yeah, it did a 62 drop. But
That's-
that still has a total gross of 300 million
Yeah.
so far. And if we looked at its international number,
The top
Yeah.
3 haven't changed.
it's 600.
Oh, good Lord. So we got a live action one coming. And then most likely Moana 3.
That's
There's definitely a third one coming, but
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
I'd like to see it. I haven't seen it yet. I'd like to see it. But Wicked, number 2, that had a 57% drop, and that did 34 million.
How much is that at?
What's the total for Wicked?
Wicked has a 455 worldwide.
Good Lord.
Okay. And listen, after watching that movie today, the leads, they need to be nominated because
Question.
I don't, yeah.
I mean to interrupt you. I do apologize.
Yep.
Do we think that Moana 2 is going to hit $1 billion?
62 drop.
It's
I
a
don't
big
know.
drop, and
That's
you know what? It's
62.
also like over halfway there, and it's chugging along well.
I'm gonna say yes
Okay.
because they're equal between the domestic and the international. And when
Okay.
they're
That's
usually
what
like
I'm
that, it kind of gives it a. They tend to make their way to $1 billion, but that 62% drop is a big flag. That's a big flag. I was
That
looking
also
at
has
maybe-
that also had like a earlier open, from like Thanksgiving was like an extended weekend last weekend. That had like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday to
Mhm.
really hammer that
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
just looking
I,
to see if. Go
How
ahead,
much is
Phil.
Gladiator?
Gladiator made 12 million over the weekend. It's up to 132, and worldwide it is 368.
That's
I
pretty
haven't
good.
heard I haven't heard any real bad news about this movie.
Me either.
I enjoyed it. I got to
It's
see
good.
Moana, but I've seen the other too. Wicked is great, and Gladiator is pretty great.
It's gonna have no real, as far as families going to see a movie in the theaters competition until the end of January. I mean, maybe Sonic, but I don't even think Sonic's the big one. The next big one is Dogman at the end of January.
Quick question. JSS Brooklyn says that Wicked has 2 more movies to go that is planned as a trilogy.
Correct. This is part
was
1.
it?
Is it? I thought it was only 2 movies.
2. Yeah, I thought it was
I
only
thought it was only 2.
Yeah, I thought it was only 2.
I don't know where I was like, they barely got enough juice out to turn one act into 2 hours and 40 minutes. I was like, I don't know what they're gonna do to Act 2. Jeez.
The only way I would see it a part 3 is if they actually redid The Wizard of Oz.
That's part 2.
And part 3.
That's going to be what we see in part 2. So I think it's
like me and Kamari were talking about it, and we don't think that's what's going to happen in part 2.
Well, the book is in 3 parts. So it's Wicked, Torn, and Brave.
Really? Did not know this.
I know, but the show and the book don't even align, so I'm not even sure that makes sense. There's a few items they use from the book to flesh things out in this movie, but not enough to make the movie and the book make sense. Like they don't. Just like this show and this movie, Wicked, don't make sense with the Wizard of Oz.
I agree. But hey, money talks.
Money talks. Money talks. Dirty cash, I want you. Dirty cash, I need you more.
Wow.
Hey, don't say anymore. We don't want to get copyright strike. Okay.
What else is on that list?
All right, number 4, Pushpa, The Rule Part 2. I think this is a Bollywood film. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's his first. It's brand new. Red One comes in at number 5, making $7 million over the weekend. I've probably seen one of these 3, and everything else made. Like Interstellar was number 6 at a 2024 re-release.
Oh, re-release.
Yep.
Okay.
Why are we re-releasing Interstellar? Why now?
I have no idea.
Because there's a lot of empty theaters that like you could only put Wicked and Moana into so many theaters at the same time.
And they made $4 million for just the
Yeah.
movie. That's a lot of money. So
Hey,
I'm just saying, like, there are other films that I think would have.
It was also only went into like 165 theaters. Is that
165 theaters and it made $4 million?
Yeah.
Jeez, good.
Look
God.
at okay, so
that means nobody saw it in the theater initially.
I'm gonna compare, and it's an unfair comparison, but I'm doing it anyways. Not Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling is an anime.
Yep.
Y2K is a horror from A24.
Yep.
And they were in like almost 10 times more theaters than Interstellar, and Interstellar made more money.
No, yeah, because you went to those 3. Well, like if you went to the movies, you probably saw those 3.
I have prior to tonight, I never heard of Y2K, the movie.
Yeah, it's basically about, you all remember about Y2K.
Yeah,
but in this universe, all the electronics turn against the humans, start killing them.
Like this one, like you kind of have to be on that train already to like go see it.
Yeah,
so I can get that.
I agree.
And Y2K, and for King Country, Drummer Boy Christmas Live, that was a Fathom event, and that was number 9. That made $2 million, and that went out to 1,500 theaters. So it's Y2K.
Wow. Yeah.
And number 10, the best Christmas pageant ever, came in at 1.5 million. So does anything? Oh, Lord of the Rings comes out this weekend.
Yeah.
So
That's worthy.
Yeah, but I don't know that Lord of the Rings has it in it to dethrone Moana too.
Oh, of course, it's never gonna dethrone Moana. So I'm just saying it's worthy. Here.
What will be like number 1 movie next week?
It's a Christmas movie.
It could dethrone Moana too next week.
Yeah, will it be the number 1 movie?
No.
I mean, Moana dropped 62%. Let's just say they drop another 50%, and that puts them at like 25.
Yeah,
do we think Lord of the Rings is going to make less than 25 million?
I don't think it's going to make 25 next week. I think it's still going to make in the 30s.
Yeah, I think it could take number 1.
But the thing is, I saw more advertising for Moana 2 than I did of Lord of the Rings.
I forgot that Lord of the Rings movie was coming out, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh, you talking about the War of
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was
Yeah.
like, I saw a thing on my TV when I turned it on to them. I'm like, oh yeah, that is this week.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I thought it was a Lord of the Rings re-release. I forgot about the animated movie.
No, I think you're going
animated.
to be able to watch it at home. I think it's going to be a digital and theater release at the same time.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Is Venom on this list?
So let's go down some more. So Werewolves number 11, that's brand new. The Order number 12.
There it is. Click on Venom.
The Last Dance.
It dropped.
600,000.
Oh, okay. I made about 470.
It's still it's on. I might reach a half a bill.
So Venom, RM, All Right People, Wrong Place. And there's not much going down the list now. Conclave, I think, is out on digital right now. The Wild Robot is down to 25. It made 100,000 still.
That's a huge.
Oh
drop.
yeah, but that's like it took a long time to get that 322 million.
Yeah.
Smile 2, I think, is out on digital right now. And
I think it is. It's on Peacock, right?
I think so. And the last one is The Girl with the Needle.
All right.
A young girl finds herself unemployed and pregnant. She meets Dagmar and runs an underground adoption agency. A strong connection grows, but her world shatters when she stumbles on the shocking truth behind her work. Interesting.
Very interesting. All right. That's
so that was our one. That went out to 2 theaters and it made $11,000. So good for you, Girl with the Needle.
Yes.
Good job, Phil. That's our film and box office news right there. We're going to get into some announcements. Cliff, be ready. I'm going to do a couple, then you can do the other ones. Young at Heart Foundation is a great organization run by our good friend Mike out in California. They do great things for kids awaiting medical procedures out there. There's 2 ways that you can help out this organization. One, you can go to youngatheartfoundation.com and click this green button to register to become a donor for Donate at Life America, because more than 100,000 people are awaiting a life-saving transplant, and you can help out by registering to be an organ donor today. And then the second way to help is to sponsor a Hope Kit that's 100% tax deductible. They'll take all the money that's brought in and create these nice little gift packages for the kids. If you have another way that you want to help Mike and Young at Heart Foundation, give them a call at 323-396-9998 or email them at info@youngatheartfoundation.com and tell them the council sent you. Alternativus, this is our home away from home, where we get all our books, where we film every week, where we just do a whole bunch of stuff. It's owned by our good friend Anthony, who's also part of the Council of Comics. Anthony has a great special for you guys out there that don't have a comic shop near you. You're having trouble getting your comics every week. Anthony will bag and board your books at no extra cost, then ship them out to you and take 10% off of the entire order. If that's something that you want to do, give Anthony a call at 845-233-4234 or email him at alternaverse2@aol.com. The website is alternaverse.net. They have comics, cards, toys, and every weekend they have card tournaments, Locana, Pokemon, Magic. Get in touch with Anthony, and he will give you the lowdown. Clifford!
We got our shout-outs. We're going to start with the birthday boy himself, Lando, over at Black Crown Comics. Go check him out tonight. He's got the weekly comic wrap-up, FOC, market report, and more at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And say happy birthday from us. His special guest tonight is Dan De La Torre, so it should be pretty interesting. Moving right along to Kingdom of Nerds. Go check out Brucifer himself. Go show him some love, as he's shown much love to our community, and he's probably going to join me tonight at 10. We'll come back to that in a bit. All right, next up, we got Gary B, the casual comic guy. Why am I shouting him out again? Because I'm a slave to this man for the rest of the month. So you'll probably see me with him a few more times. Not to mention, he's got an episode coming up with Phil, I believe, on the 17th. So tune in for that. And if you've missed out, he's got Ronaldo on the 1011, which was this past Tuesday, this past Thursday, Sam on the 1011, both great episodes. Go show Gary some love and check it out. And then that brings us to the Council of Comics. Sam, go ahead.
Well, thank you, Clifford. Thank you very much. We are in our 1,000 subscriber month for December, which means that we're giving you chances to win ducks in all our live shows. Sundays, 5 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific, film and box office news. Tomorrow, Monday night, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific, new keys and hot comics of the week. And Wednesdays, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific for new comic book day live. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel. And when you're watching the lives and we put the thing up, put the hashtag in the comment and we'll spin and you get a chance to win that duck. The prize is we got about 3 slabs, over 25 books already. We're adding more stuff in this week. We're trying to get the prize to as close to $1,000 as possible, and we're probably like more than halfway there already. So this would be a great chance for you to win something. So tune in. I also put up some other videos. Iacon will be dropping this week. I had the Newburgh Toy Show that dropped last week. And I also put up a video of the books that I got at the Newburgh Toy Show, and some of those books are in the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So check those out. Please like those videos, leave a comment, and thank you. We're almost at the 3,000 watch hour mark. We're only about 25 away. So please continue to watch, and thank you for watching.
Next up, are you tired of styling and profiling? Then you need to be couching and slouching with C Bizzle. Tell us all about it.
Hey, if y'all guys love unboxing, come to my channel. I do a ton of unboxing videos. You can't see directly behind me, but over my shoulder right there, there's some boxes of action figures that I've received from purchases from eBay and other places. I will be dropping that video this week. I know it's a little late, but I'm dropping my Black Friday video also this week. Come check me out. I love doing unboxings. Every Monday, I drop my 3 hype books in my poll list every week. And I love doing those because I like to show y'all what books I am hyped for the next coming new comic book day. You also catch me here with the council on Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays. Come check me out there. And while y'all there, make sure y'all guys like and subscribe, not just on my channel, but on the Council Comics and also on Cliff. Watch a video, have it in the background. Let's get everybody watch hours up. Let's get everybody subbed up and hit the notification bell, because you never know when we drop something new on our channels, so that you guys can check them out.
Absolutely. And last but certainly not least, we've got Cliff on Comics. Hey, that's me. Head on over to Cliff on Comics. Go check out my live streams where I have comics and coffee with Cliff, usually on Saturday mornings. This week I had Paul from Power of X-Men. What a fantastic episode. Please go check it out. Give it a rewatch. Leave a comment. Tell me what some of your favorite X-Men storylines were. Also, you can catch us doing our live film and box office reviews on Sundays on my channel. And tonight I have a community hangout at 10 p.m. because, when someone leaves a gap in our Sunday night lineup, I'm there to fill it. So thank you, and go check that out.
Excellent. Thank
gaps, huh?
Very, 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 very well. Let's get the next duck out of the way. It's hashtag Skeleton Crew, 15 seconds. There's 6, there's 8, and we got a couple more. All right, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw.
I did enjoy the film. Just want to let y'all know, the show. I did enjoy the show. It's just that the father's acting just threw me off.
Clifford.
Hey.
Oh, I get to choose.
Who do you want, Clifford? Who do you
I heard a guy named Brian Wilson is awesome.
Yeah, but he also sounds like a sea bizzle, so I'm gonna have to ignore that. Who do I want?
Sounds like a sea bizzle. I don't even know if that's an insult.
Let me get somebody. Let's give it to Trev, the shipping guru.
Trev, the shipping guru.
Hey.
You have been gifted a duck from Clifford, Trev. Congratulations. You are now in the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Let me put up the last hashtag of the night. Comes from C Bizzle. And it is strength and weaknesses. Let me put this in the bottom right here. Strength and weaknesses. Strength strength and weakness is. All right, that's at the bottom. All right, it's time for our movie of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Your homework for this week was part 2 of Cliff's trilogy. It is the Jumanji trilogy, and it is Welcome to the Jungle.
Yes.
Welcome to the Jungle, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Karen Gillan, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and a Jonas brother.
Yeah.
Joe Jonas.
Joe
Or no,
Jonas.
Nick Jonas.
No.
Nick
It's
Jonas.
Nick.
Nick Jonas.
Again,
Joe Jonas, Nick
one of
Jonas.
them.
It's Nick.
How
Nick.
dare any disrespectful?
Oh,
One of them.
It's Nick. It's Nick.
It is Nick.
See, I got it right. I said Joe first, but yeah, go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay.
So
It's fine.
this movie picks up kind of where the last one left off, with the box in 1996 showing up on a shore somewhere, and it's brought to some kid's house, and he's like, who plays board games anymore? So the game transforms into a video game.
Can I?
And he sucks the kid in there, and then it transforms.
Here's
shoots
my
past
plot
the
hole
future.
to begin with that.
Uh,
Right? And Sebas, maybe you'll pick this up right away.
Okay.
He's clearly playing a PlayStation when the dad comes in.
Right.
What is the game morph into?
Oh,
A
Atari.
cartridge.
Atari. Yeah.
Well, a cartridge.
Oh yeah.
Do
Yeah.
PlayStations play cartridges?
Nah.
No.
maybe
Moving
Jumanji
on, go
does
ahead.
not up with the times. The game's just
No, but wait. The game didn't turn into a cartridge. It turned into its own console.
No.
Yeah, this kind of.
No, it turned into a whole console.
cartridge. No,
Yeah.
it transformed completely.
Yeah. It transformed to a whole console, but it looked like an Atari
But
console.
initially, when he takes it out off next to the bedstand, he opens up the no. I'm 100%
It's
right.
a whole
He
console.
opens up the Jumanji box, and instead of the green eye, it's just the cartridge.
Is it?
Hold on, I'm gonna
Yes.
pull it up right now.
I'm rewinding.
We must verify all this information, Green Shirt Guy. We must verify everything. While they're looking,
I'm sorry.
so this movie takes us into the game instead of the game coming out like in the first one. And what they do is they pick avatars like they're gonna play. Well, these 4 kids in 20 years down the line.
Wait, they're all in detention.
Yeah, they get detention, and while they're in detention, one of the kids finds the video game box, and they decide to start playing it. And they all pick who they're gonna be, and then the game sucks them all into the Jumanji game, and they become the characters, the avatars that they are. So one of the kids becomes the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson guy. The blonde-headed girl becomes the Jack Black professor guy. Fridge, who's tall and muscular, he gets transformed into Kevin Hart, who is short and has one of his weaknesses is strength. He has no
And
strength.
speed.
And
Speed is a weakness too.
Kevin Hart was very funny in this movie, and the other girl gets transformed into the Man Killer, which is played by Karen Gillan.
So here's the fun. Okay, so you're right, Green Shirt Guy. It is a cartridge, but he has a console to play the cartridge.
Later.
Right.
No, but it's immediate. I'm watching the scene. It goes from he pulls it out, he plugs it in to an Atari or whatever this is.
Okay, well,
right, but the console in the detention, the green ball lights up and sucks them through the green ball on the on the console.
So okay,
which maybe
here's my theory. Here's my theory. One, Grisha guy was right. It was a cartridge at the beginning.
Yes.
But I feel that between the time 1996 when the first kid got sucked into it till the future, it might have transformed into a console. That's probably why in that present day, that's why it looked like a console.
Or I mean, and I'll even buy into this, right? Because I enjoyed this movie, so I'm just me. I nitpick about silly things. maybe once he puts the cartridge in, it transforms the. I'm fine with that too.
I
I'm
agree.
fine with that.
But how did it get
going,
from the house to the school?
Wow, there's that. But who knows? Because the house becomes the ghost house of the town. So maybe everything just got cleaned out and thrown out, and somebody found it and kept it.
Right, 'cause they find it in a donation box at school.
Mm.
No,
Yeah.
there you go.
There you go.
So I'm
Okay.
okay with the console morphing, but he's clearly using a PlayStation to start off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're going to the Jumanji world. They get 3 lives, which is put by 3 tattoos on their arm, and every time they lose a life, one of them goes away. So there's funny scenes where they're testing it out and stuff like that. But they have to finish the game. They have to get the golden eye back to the statue, and when they're done, they have to call
the
out
green eye.
the green
the
eye
Jaguar,
back.
right?
And when they're done, they have to say the name so they can win, save Jumanji. But they meet the kid who got sucked away 20 years ago. He thinks he's only been gone for a couple months.
Time
Maybe.
works differently.
Yeah, because he's been hiding out, and this is a cool Easter egg. And Alan, was it Parrish?
Yes. Yes.
Hiding out in what Alan Parrish created while he was in the Jumanji world.
Right.
And I
Yes.
thought that was a really good, nice Easter egg for that. So what did you guys think?
I mean, I still love this movie. It was
It's
like the
fun.
first time I watched it, my bar was so low the first time I watched it. And when I was done watching, I was like, I can't believe this. And like, I still watch, I go, I think it really made a good film. There's so many trash remakes and sequels that we have. And this one is very good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree.
I mean,
I think my bar was a little low going in because even more so than now, I think it's kind of stretched out a little bit. The Rock saturation in media was at its zenith. It was like, oh, another Rock movie.
Yep.
So it was like, all right, well, I'll watch it, but no, it's fun.
Yeah, no, I
It
really
was
enjoyed
a-
it. Right? And I felt the same way when I first watched it. I was ready to be like, well, it's another Rock film, but I really enjoyed it. Listen, I still like Black Adam, and I'm finding a few people here and there telling me, they're like, wow, I like this movie way more than I thought. And I'm like, I know.
am I wrong for
watched it yet.
saying that I like this movie better than the original?
No, you're not wrong.
No, you're not wrong. You can say
You're
it.
not wrong. You can say it.
I don't agree with it, but
I don't know if I agree either.
I thought this was more fun than the original
Okay.
and funnier.
I kind of thought the original was like a little bit more fun in the main aspect because it's like really how the two are split. Where this time they're like sucked into a video game. Where like the original one, like the game is kind of happening through the town and stuff,
Yes.
and that seemed a little bit more fun to me. Where it's like the rhinos are running down like the actual street and through the stores and stuff like that.
Well, and the original, not that it has to because it wasn't a second one. The original follows the book much closer
Yeah.
because the original is a children's book.
Black Spiders brought this up before. He said Nick Jonas was in the game for 20 years but didn't age like Robin Williams was. No, he's only the avatar
Right.
in the game.
Well, because when he comes out, he's not Nick
Yeah.
Jonas.
You're right. He comes out, he goes back, he has a family, and then he remembers them. So technically he's been Nick Jonas for 20 years.
Yeah.
So
Right.
his other character
Because again, we're seeing the effects of the game through a whole new lens.
yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, this is fun. I just remember reading the children's book growing up, and the artwork in that, if you have never read that book, is amazing. It's the same guy who did Polar Express, and there's another book, and it's very ethereal. It's just the artwork's amazing. So then seeing it kind of almost not page for page translated to the screen was pretty close. So it's fun. It's different.
Yeah.
How about
Jack Black
how about
was
the kiss?
amazing in this movie. Huh?
How about the kiss?
Oh, the kiss
Yeah.
was so awkward.
Yeah.
That was so awkward.
I would say this. I would say this, and this is where I agree with Sam. No, it was no knock between either films, but I found the second one more funnier, especially with Jack Black's character.
Yeah.
To me, his character made it really funny, and I always like Kevin Hart. So Kevin Hart,
this is one of his best performances.
Yeah, you have
To
two
me.
comedians in this. They did a phenomenal job. It just some of the jokes were just funnier, and maybe it's because I'm looking at it in a 2024 mindset, and I'm looking at Jumanji 1 as the 2015 mindset. A lot's changed since then. But yeah, I had fun watching this. It had me laughing. It had me when they finally meet what's his name, Alex, at the end, and he saw him as an adult, and the fact that he named his daughter after Bethany.
Yeah.
It made a grown man like shed a little tear there.
It was a little tear jerky-ish right there.
How about with that? What was weird with that though was this supposed to be a Christmas movie?
I don't think
because it wasn't Christmas in the beginning, but then when
it was released during Christmas.
Right, but at the beginning of the movie, there's no Christmas stuff. But then at the end, all the houses are decorated.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he's visiting them for Christmas. Remember, that's when they see him. He pulls up with his family.
It was that like
on the car,
which was like the last movie. Remember, the last movie only had one Christmas scene, the big party. So it was kind of like that.
Also, this is what I love about it. Okay. As most of y'all know, I am a comic book geek, but I was a video game nerd before I became loving comic books. I love the aesthetics of video games in this movie, from the life totals, the strength and weaknesses, the constant dealing with NPCs, and if you play
that's funny.
this Jumanji was an RPG, it's a role-playing game. Yeah. And if you play role-playing games, if you talk to NPCs, they will repeat the same stuff over and over again.
The first guy they meet was hilarious. The guy with
Nigel. Nigel.
Go see the snake. The little kid or whatever. Waits for them. Won't go until they start going.
Exactly.
Totally out of video games.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like it. The only one downside, I know it's because it's supposed to be a video game. I didn't care for the villain that much.
Me neither.
I feel that he was kind of cool.
They gave him a cool backstory.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
What
he wasn't fleshed out enough.
Yeah, he wasn't. There was a point in the movie where I was like, "Where's the villain at?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, Cliff, you're muted. Cliff, you're muted.
Figure out what his motivation was either. Like, other than he's the game villain, but like, other than he wants that thing, but why does he want? What does he want to do with it?
Yeah,
they want it so they can get out of the game. But why does he care whether they leave the game or not?
Right.
Exactly.
Cliff, what were you saying?
No, I was gonna say this was very RPG villain. Like not every RPG villain is fleshed out like Sephiroth.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, that's why I gave that caveat.
I thought this was. I thought I was on par with the idea of yep, this is just that kind of villain. It's oh no, I'm evil. You want to leave? So guess what? I'm evil enough to just make sure you're miserable.
But here's my thing with this. The reason why I say that is because the actor, Bobby. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And if you ever watch,
he's a great actor.
Boardwalk Empire. Yeah. That when he played a bad guy in that, that's why that was my fault for he may not play that same actor. Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, that's all he doing? Okay, I guess. But like I said, it was still from beginning to end a very good film.
All right. Let's get some numbers on it. Phil, you're first.
I liked the first Jumanji better. This was still good and it was still fun, and I am going to give this one. I think we're going to give this a 7. I think I like this. It's still good. It's a 7. So
I guess we're going down that road again.
Sorry, 7's a nice score.
Sure. See, Bizzle, what's your number?
I think I gave the last film an 8.5. I think I did. And I'm gonna give this film also an 8.5. The reason why I gave them both the same score, I don't think this film was better than the first one, and this is the reason why, because the first one had two things going for it. It has a nostalgia feeling of it, and Robin Williams. Now, the nostalgia part was when I watch it today, I still had that nostalgia feeling because back in 2015, there were so many people that I know was around me alive during that time when this film came out, and my mindset was different then. I think the first one 2005 or 2015?
1995.
1995. Yeah.
Okay. That's even So I was like 16 years old when the first one came out. So like just about everybody was alive then. I was in high school, and my thought pattern was that being nostalgic of watching the first film and Robin Williams, and this one, it's just that it was just funny. I had a good time. Jet Black made the whole film for me. Kevin Hart interacting with, and there wasn't even that much interaction between him and The Rock. You know, it was mostly like everybody was together. Like that's one thing I appreciate this film for, because I never seen this one. This is my first time watching it. The fact that, like you said, this was the height of The Rock's. You know, like what Green Shirt guy said, you saw Rock everywhere. But you also saw him and Kevin Hart in a lot of films together. One thing I did appreciate with this film is that even though they were there together, it wasn't like, you know,
it wasn't oversaturated.
Exactly. They didn't overshadow everybody else.
I think this is one of their early ones, though, so that might be why.
That could be why as well. And
actually, Central Intelligence is 2016. This one's 2018. Okay. And Next Level, which we'll be watching next week, is from 2019.
Okay. And so that's why I gave this film an 8.5.
Cliff?
I very happily joined C-Bizzle in giving this an 8.5. And you want to know why? I don't think it's any better or any worse than the first one. I am genuinely entertained. You know? I had a great time watching Jumanji last week. I had a great time watching Welcome to the Jungle this week. Like, that's really it, you know? Like, could the storytelling have been like a little bit sharper? Probably. Yes. Do I need that from this movie? No. Like, I love the characters. I love the actors, both in teenage form and in video game form. And I think I feel like these actors worked really hard to emulate each other. And I was very impressed. Very impressed.
Okay. Green Shirt guy?
So I think I gave, if I remember correctly, last week I gave the first one an 8. Because I really like that one. And I enjoyed this one as well. Acting's great. I agree with the game RPG-ness and all that stuff totally works, and that stuff works for me. But I do like the first one more. So because of that, I can't quite give this one an 8, so I'm going to go 7.9. So it's just lower.
All right.
And also the fact in the movie that Jack Black character is the only one to read the map. I don't know if you talked about that. I thought that was cool.
That was cool.
Yep.
I also
made her much more interesting, right?
Yeah.
You know?
I also love the interplay of those two guys being friends, not really friends anymore, and one of them kind of got in the other stuff, and then they almost understand each other more when they come back out. Like,
correct.
I was you in the game, I was you in the game, and now they're friends again.
And we're not going to talk about the fact that Kevin Hart rode an elephant.
Yeah. Got run over by
I still got my rhinos. I got my rhinos in this movie too.
Oh yeah, you got your rhinos as well.
You know, I love the rhinos.
I'm gonna give this movie an 8.5. I thought it was a really, really good movie. Slightly better than the original for me. More fun. I thought The Rock was really good. I thought Kevin Hart I thought the whole cast did a really, really good job. The villain, but like that wasn't the main thing of the movie. I think the main thing was just watching them interact with the game. And I'm excited to see what the next one. I hope the next one's not a disappointment. But our averages are out, and it makes this an 8 overall for Jumanji, which is good. And that's better than the IMDb rating of 7. So
Also,
trust the council.
That one scene when Nick Jonas got killed by a mosquito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was wild. When he went like this, I was like, oh, he's gone.
So next
week there's gonna be mosquitoes though.
Next week we are doing Jumanji: The Next Level, the final chapter. Well, the last chapter of this trilogy. Next Sunday, 5 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you are tuned in for your chances to win ducks. Tomorrow night, we have New Keys and Hot Comics of the Week, episode 119. 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific. We're going to go over all the new books, new keys, everything that's coming out. We're going to give you 3 chances to win a duck on that show as well. So tune in Monday, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific. And then on Wednesday, it's New Comic Book Day Live. Episode 127, skits, picks, shop talks, and more. It's our CBCA award-winning show, multiple-time award-winning show. So make sure you tune in on Wednesdays at 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific for that. I'm going to go into the comments, and then the last thing we're going to do is spin for that duck. All right, so shout out to Christina Payne. Thank you for all your wonderful work, Christina Payne. Las Cruces, 1971. Thank you for being here. Joseph Michaels, The Adventurous Joe. Thank you for being here. Kenneth Bird, thank you for being here. Entropy and Comics, thank you for being here. Black Spiders, thank you for being here. Who else showed up tonight? TN Comedy, thank you for being here tonight. Rich Davis, thank you for being here tonight. Shrev the Shipping Guru, got a duck, thank you for being here tonight. Las Cruces, you got one too, so thank you for that. JSS Brooklyn in the house, thank you for being here tonight. Hazoo is in the house, thank you for being here tonight. Hazoo. Heroes for Hire Comic Club, thank you for being here tonight. Brian LCS is in the house. Thank you for being here, Brian LCS. We appreciate you. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's spin for this final duck of the night.
Music stuck in your head because you've got wicked music stuck in your head. I love that. I never do it.
Listen, Wicked was good. Wicked was good. There was a couple tearjerker moments in that
As
movie.
it should be. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Strength and weaknesses. You have 15 seconds to put that into the comments. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw. Who's going to win the last duck of the night, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to write it on this box. Who's it going to be? Brian LCS.
Yes.
Congratulations, Brian LCS. You are entered into the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night for more chances to win. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for tonight. We want to thank you for tuning in. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific, for more chances to win ducks. Make sure you're subscribed, like the videos, comment on the videos. It all helps out. We appreciate you guys.
Watch the videos.
Watch the videos. And to bookend it for what I said before, I hope you guys are having a good holiday season, and I hope you reach out to your family and friends, maybe some people that you haven't talked to in a while. It doesn't have to be big. Just a simple, hey, how you doing, could make wonders for people. So take care of each other. We love you so much. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. For Phil, C. Bizzle, Green Shirt Guy, and Cliff, and the rest of the Council of Comics, we'll see you next time. Peace.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes?